Good morning, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Angie Wilkes-Tate, and I am the WIC Project Director for the MLK Heritage Health Center WIC program in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And joining me is Kayla Bear, who's also WIC Project Director from Trumpelow County.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Great. So, a few weeks ago, we asked you, our WIC participants, to comment on our social media pages with any questions that you might have had related to eligibility, WIC benefits, how we're responding to COVID-19, or simply any questions you might have about WIC in general. So today we'll be answering each of those questions, but first, let's just go over some of the basics. Women, Infants, and Children, which stands for WIC, for short, is a nutrition program for pregnant women, infants, women who are breastfeeding, postpartum women, and children younger than age 5. To qualify, you must live in Wisconsin, you must have a health and nutrition need, and meet the income guidelines. You can find the specific income guidelines on our website, wicmomstrong.com. Kayla, do you want to talk about some of the ways in which WIC helps Wisconsin families?
Sure. So WIC provides nutrition education, breastfeeding education and support, supplemental nutritious foods, and connections to other community services. We know Wisconsin families want to raise strong and healthy kids, and WIC is here to help.
Great. So you know what? Let's just jump right into our questions. Question number 1 asks, how can an individual sign up for WIC right now when everyone is social distancing? Is my local WIC clinic open? Kayla, would you like to take this one?
Definitely. So under normal circumstances, WIC would schedule in-person appointments with individuals looking to sign up. But right now, WIC clinics are still open and offering those appointments over the phone. To schedule an appointment, you'll just need to call your local clinic or sign up at wicmomstrong.com. Here in Trumpelow County, we have been offering all appointments over the phone. It actually provides some really nice flexibility when things come up for mom. We can easily reschedule, and we have plenty of time to chat about your nutrition and breastfeeding concerns, even on the phone.
Excellent. I know we're doing the same here in Milwaukee County as well. So great. Thanks, Kayla. So our next question asks whether or not WIC participants can actually order their groceries online for pickup or if they need to go into the store to shop. Well, online ordering and curbside pickup is a little much more complicated for WIC purchases, and it's currently not available at this time. The WIC program and retail stores are working together to develop a workable plan as quickly as possible. We'll give you more details when it's possible to offer the service for WIC participants and purchasing. We know this may pose challenges for our WIC shoppers, so if you feel you shouldn't go grocery shopping, please take care of yourself. Give your shopping list and cart to another trusted shopper, or know that pregnant moms can also take advantage of the special shopping hours for those with special health issues. So also remember that self-checkout is an option at the following stores: Kops, Pick and Save, Metro Mart, Meijer, and Walmart for a quicker and more socially distant checkout.
Those are some great recommendations, Angie. We also recommend shopping during non-peak times, such as early in the morning, when you may come into contact with less people. This also increases your chances of finding more WIC-approved foods in stock and available for purchase.
Great. So you know what? There's a great segue into another question that we've been receiving. When I go to the grocery store, a lot of my WIC foods are not on the shelves. Can they allow WIC foods to be expanded during this time?
That's a really good question. So WIC is speaking with manufacturers and food distributors to monitor WIC food availability and analyzing food redemption information to determine which WIC-approved foods are being purchased during this time. As of now, WIC has not received any notifications that there are shortages of WIC foods, which is great news. Shelves at the grocery store may be empty due to increased demand, but they will be restocked. Wisconsin WIC has also been approved by USDA for temporary food waivers to allow participants to buy a larger variety of brands and package sizes until the end of May. More choices are available for whole wheat bread, 48-ounce juice, and tofu. If one of your go-to WIC foods is not available, go to the links section of your MyWIC app to find the approved foods list and temporary items. You can also use the scan feature of your WIC app to scan foods to see if they're approved and on your list. A list of the temporary approved foods was also texted to all of our WIC families recently.
Great. So we know that many individuals are experiencing a loss of employment or decrease in income due to COVID-19. Another question we've been asked recently is whether or not a recently unemployed individual should wait a certain period of time before applying for WIC.
Well, in most cases, in order to determine whether or not a person is eligible, WIC looks at their income over the last 30 days. However, in cases of recent unemployment, WIC looks at their expected income over the next 30 days. So in short, if you're recently unemployed, there's no need to wait to apply for WIC, and we encourage you to give us a call.
Great. We've also recently received some questions about people seeing what's being shared on social media. In particular, that non-WIC participants should avoid shopping at the beginning of the month because that's when WIC benefits are distributed. And they should also avoid buying WIC approved foods. Appreciate that others are being mindful of WIC families and their needs during this time, but we do want to clarify that WIC benefits are distributed on different days throughout the month, depending on which local clinic the participant belongs to. So there's no need to avoid shopping at certain times. It is helpful, however, if non-WIC participants avoid buying WIC-approved foods if at all possible, just to ensure that our families can get the brands that they need. But just to be clear, that doesn't mean that non-WIC participants can't buy those brands. Please buy what you need. Along those same lines, we've been asked if e-WIC cards will be locked or if those benefits will be distributed differently during this time.
I've seen this question too, Angie. We want to ensure all of our WIC participants that their benefits are valid and their e-WIC card will not be locked. We are not planning to make any changes to the way benefits are distributed. If participants have questions about their individual benefits, they can contact their local WIC clinic for assistance.
All right, well, our next question is, if a mom who is currently breastfeeding tests positive for COVID-19, should she stop breastfeeding?
That's another great question. Breast milk provides protection against many illnesses. COVID-19 has not been detected in breast milk. So yes, breastfeed. If you're breastfeeding and you become ill, it's important to not interrupt nursing. The baby has already been exposed to the virus and will benefit most from continued breastfeeding.
That's right. And following good hygiene practices such as washing your hands before each feeding and wearing a mask is a great way to reduce the transfer of the virus. For moms that are too sick to care for their babies, they can pump their breasts and a healthy person can feed the breast milk in a bottle. Your local WIC clinic also has breastfeeding specialists that are available and you can call them with any questions. But what about moms who don't breastfeed? We've seen many reports that grocery stores are low on formula and have been asked whether or not it's okay to make homemade formula in that place. Homemade formula is not safe for your baby. So we're urging parents not to try and make their own formula. We've been told that the warehouses are fully stocked and that the grocery stores are just waiting to get their normal shipments delivered.
And as we mentioned earlier, getting to the grocery store early in the morning when shipments arrive may help to make sure that formula is on the shelves. If you're unable to find formula though, you can contact your local WIC clinic for assistance.
Great. So here's another question that's been on the minds of many expecting mothers lately. For women who are pregnant and have a due date coming up, is there anything special that they should know about hospital delivery during this time?
Well, if you're pregnant, we recommend talking to your doctor about how COVID-19 may affect your delivery and hospital stay. Some hospitals are limiting women to one support person, such as a partner or a doula. Knowing in advance can help you prepare. WIC is here to support you during both pre and post-delivery. Reach out to your local WIC clinic with questions or concerns.
Yes, local WIC clinics are here to help. Let's see, what other questions do we have? Well, this one isn't necessarily about WIC itself, but it's definitely relevant for parents. How do we keep kids busy during social distancing? Well, with schools closed, kids are learning virtually now, and some parents are actually working from home while trying to help their kids transition during this to this new style of learning. There's also parents of very young children who aren't in school yet, and those parents need to find ways to keep their little ones busy while they try to get their own work done. It is really a lot to handle, Kayla.
Absolutely. And we definitely feel for parents during this time. This is new for everyone, and navigating this new normal can be exhausting. One way you can set yourself up for success is to set an agenda for the day and stick to it as best you can. Schedule things like reading time, art time, and lunchtime so your kids know what to expect. If you have little ones who are learning virtually, make sure to block off time in the day for them to get their schoolwork done. And that's a great time for you to get your work done too.
Yes, it's also helpful to take breaks and get outside and get active. So try to schedule a little time in the morning or the afternoon to let your kids burn off some of that energy as the weather definitely gets nicer. Not only is it helpful for them, but you'll also probably buy yourself a little extra work time if they've been able to get some of the wiggles out.
And of course, remember to be kind to yourself during this time. Try not to worry too much if your day hasn't gone as planned. Remember, this is new for everyone, including your kids. You're doing the best you can, and that's the most important thing right now.
Yes, we're all in this together. We're doing the best we can. All right. Well, looks like that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you so much, Kayla, for joining me. And thank you to everyone for watching and tuning in. So for more information about WIC, please check out our website at wicmomstrong.com or be sure to follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
Thanks so much, Angie. And if anyone has questions we didn't cover today, drop them in the comments and we'll be sure to answer them. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.